With Game Freak being the creators of Pokemon, I for one find it hard to believe that they actually used to make games for others than Nintendo. Of course, there were really only three: Quinty/Mendel Palace for Hudson, Pulseman for Sega, and Jerry Boy for Epic/Sony Records. As I got this game, I wondered if it was really about a boy named Jerry or if it was just classic English, as you clearly play as a ball of jelly. But the truth is pretty clever actually. The intro cutscene shows how there are two blue-haired princes, Jerry and Tom Bean. Jelly Bean? Get it? Tom is approached by a wizard and convinced that if he gets rid of Jerry, he can take his girlfriend and rule the country as king. So the wizard transforms Jerry into a jelly, and the game begins. The gameplay is a bit different. You can't jump on enemies to kill them, but by jumping on them and then pressing down, you can. You can also press down as they approach and kill them that way, as well as press up from below. I guess this jelly gets sharp when it's compressed to a point. You can also attack with balls you find in flowers. The only problem with this is that the button to shoot balls and run is the same, so you'll often waste balls just trying to advance in the level. The same button is also used for a third function, clinging to walls. Jerry can cling to most walls and climb around, but the control for this is kind of tricky to get the hang of. That and the fact that it's pretty easy to press up by mistake when jumping, which makes Jerry stretch up and lose all jumping momentum, that led me to several deaths. Along the stages you can find letters that spell out Jerry, and completing that means an extra life, and every letter also acts like a checkpoint. In the flowers you can find balls or life pellets, and a trick I found is that the flower items recharge after a little while, and since there's no timer to this game, you can use this to stock up on life or balls if you need it. There's also an iron ball to be found. This doesn't go away when you use it like regular balls, but you also can't jump as high when you have it. The stage designs in general feel pretty well thought out. For instance, this underground stage that has alternate paths and parts where you need to use the ceiling to get where you need to go. So be sure to learn the wall clinging mechanic. The graphics in this game aren't spectacular, but makes up for it by being very cute, especially the enemy designs. I was playing this game with a friend once, and I noticed that she was reluctant to kill the enemies for that very reason. The music is also cute, if that makes sense as a word to describe music. The main stage theme is just very bouncy and nice to listen to. One downside to Jerry Boy is the lack of saving or a password system. It's not the shortest game either, so at least the password system would have been nice. Honestly, I thought we'd left games without a form of continuing back in like 1987? Jerry Boy was localized into Smart Ball in 1992, but it was a scaled down version that removed almost all of the cutscenes, interaction with civilians in the town parts, and parts of the levels. If you're going to play this game, I recommend the Japanese version. But in either case, it's a good game with interesting mechanics and an overall very cute feel to it, and it's well worth your time. One more thing. Probe Entertainment and Ocean made a game called Jelly Boy in 1995, which is not in any way related to Jerry Boy, but then there almost was a game called Jelly Boy 2, which had nothing to do with Jelly Boy, but was supposed to be a sequel to Jerry Boy. Confused? I know I am.